Okay, so look at that jacket piece of hair. Today is the 22nd of August, and I'm at Terry House, but it's my last night here. I leave in the morning, and I've been here. Tomorrow, when I leave, it'll be 14 days. Today, I haven't had any sleep. It's almost 2:30 p.m. and I'm out here. I'm outside because I got tired of chasing it. I got tired of trying to chase sleep and get some rest, and they won't allow me to. So I guess I'll start by talking about last night. But maybe I'll walk a little. It's not too hot, and it's just a little bit of wind blowing. I'm just trying to avoid being seen by the other occupants of the house. You know, I have a roommate now. That happened yesterday because I hadn't had a roommate since the transgender female that they stuck me in a room with when I got here. And that went on. I got here on a Tuesday. That went on until Saturday or Sunday before she left. She finally left. But her discharge date was like that Monday anyhow, so she didn't do anything but leave like a day early. So after that, I was alone for like 4 nights. It was just me and one other older female in the house with like, I don't know, probably 4 guys. So, first thing, last night, they put poop on my finger. Now, let me tell you something. They were tearing the bathrooms up. Like last night, for some reason, they tore up all of their stomachs, or most of their stomachs, or a few stomachs, okay? Because it might not have been everyone, but they definitely tore up more than 1 or 2 stomachs, okay? And you know, there's a house full right now. So there's 12 of us, I believe. I believe there's 12. Him. Yeah, there's 11, 12 of us now. So, I gotta go. It was so bad that you could smell like all these different kinds of poop like coming down the stairway, okay? Like that's how bad it was. It wasn't like, you know, you walk into the bathroom and you're like, ooh, somebody just got done and leave out. It was like, I think I said this before, my shit doesn't stink, literally. But it wasn't like walking like, oh, somebody just, you know, it's so hot. It was like I said, seeping out into the hallways, coming through the vents, and up, like when you hit the stairway, you can smell it. And one of the females was sick, the older females. So I assume it might have been her that made the mess, you know, but the bathroom was just not in the condition. I couldn't even take a shower last night. And staff ended up cleaning it twice. So Angel did what she said she was going to do before she left. And when Stephanie came in, she ended up cleaning too. But she let damn Marshall roam all night long, gang stalking me, trying to fuck me over. I'm talking about up until 4 or 5 in the morning. She was letting him roam up and downstairs, out on the porch. Like he the only motherfucking one that want like some fresh air in the middle of the damn night. And that's something that they don't allow us to do. But they were calling him I and suggesting that it was I that was getting favor. And you know, the two agents were kind of playing off of one another, like literally as soon as she came in. This is after, you know, I went to the bathroom in the room that he was in, and I didn't speak when I came in. He had his eyes closed, he was listening to music. But I, you know, looked, so if he would have taken notice, you know, we don't have that type of thing where I'm just like gonna walk up to you or try to get your attention. I mean, that's what it does to me. And that same demon has been saying my anger looks like sadness my entire life. That's happened on like 4 or 5 occasions. It's done that. And then it'll like straighten, back then, it would straighten up and never ever have a problem out of it again. Because they knew that I was always looking for a reason to chastise it. But anyhow, that's not what, so yeah, and when I came out the bathroom, after pooping, he had his eyes open this time, but he was looking straight ahead in anger, you know. And so as I walked out and I backed away, I kind of waved a little bit, but I left it at that. He didn't turn to look, so he never saw me, you know, making the gesture. He never saw me making the gesture, but that's so crazy. So I went on about my business. My bowel movement last night, like they were starting to take some of the malignant cells off, I guess, because my bowel movement itself had improved. It was no longer like the messy shit they had been creating, you know. It was closer to what it would normally be, but not quite in terms of how much, just in terms of texture and like acid or breaking, for lack of a better term. Because sometimes, you know, bowel movements can have a clean break, or they can be a fucking runny, watery, smushy mess. We're all adults. So yeah, they were talking about a curse. They was like, you know, somebody had interest in the cells and wanted to make bowel movements. It just so happens, you know, I'm talking about them tearing up everyone's stomach, and they're cursing the fuck out of me and my bowel movement, and saying that they're trying to keep me out of that bathroom downstairs and keep me from taking a shower. That's the only bathroom that has a female shower in it. There's 3 bathrooms we could use, but that's the only one that has a shower in it. So, yeah, they were saying those things were of interest. And you probably heard her trying to set me up too when I got in from that walk before I went upstairs and told, you know, she went in the bathroom and was running some water. It might not have been shower water. It might have just been the faucet, you know, but they had been using it and didn't say nothing about it. Oh, they're starting to heat me up. They're starting to heat me up a little bit. So that happened. Okay, so check this out. I told you they were doing a lot of bowel type stuff. Okay, and you know, there was a mess with some feces or throw up or whatever on the toilet. Okay, because they were busy trying to keep me out the bathroom and calling them me and calling me them, they acted like it wasn't me that they pulled the magic trick on. Like, I've been wiping my ass 37 years, and I do a really good job at it. So good that the government, you know, tries to apply. Look, There ain't no sidewalk. It's a whole gang of them riding bikes. And some of these things that ride this road will look at you crazy for walking. That's crazy. It could be this. You know, that's just where I am. But, you probably recall when I was here in 2018, me telling Michelle, like, oh, you definitely ain't gonna get no ride. She had what is it, peg leg? Whatever kind of leg. You know, it'd take her forever to, you know, but eventually, you know, every once in a while she want to either go to McDonald's for a cup of coffee or go in to catch the bus. And, you know, she was talking about, you know, someone gave her a ride one time. You know, she was like, someone always gives me a ride. You know, they'll pick me up on the way or whatever. I was like, well, look, since I'm walking with you, you definitely won't be getting a ride. You can chalk it up. Ain't nobody gonna stop for you. And it was true. He's sitting where I was sitting the last time that guy sabotaged me and came right here. This is my first time coming right here. So they're trying to suggest that it's a different time. It's not his first time either, but his stuff is really, really settled. Compared to some of the more aggressive stuff. For like example, like the really, really, it's the weird guy, black guy, younger, that you heard me talking with. Like, this is the second day. He's just been kind of like, he'll camp out in the bathroom and talk to himself. You know, normally you see him walking and talking to himself where you can pick up on whatever he's talking about, but it's different. And the nature of the conversation is different, okay? Like, if there were a young female here, you know, she might think he was something he had to do with what he was talking about had to do with her. But that's what he's doing. I didn't think to record it when I came out. But and he'll stay in there for a minute and just be talking and it'll echo because it's closed in and the walls are like that. Excuse me. So they were messing with valves and all that stuff, and they were calling me them and calling them me. Okay, they call it advertising my genetic expression. They call it advertising my DNA. That's what the government calls it. So since they were calling me them, they did what they've done on more than a few occasions. I swear the government is so fucking disgusting and nasty. Like, it is so obvious that it's a magic trick, but only physically here in reality, not, you know what I'm saying, not with what they're orchestrating in the angle that they're capturing it at. And the way the satellite cameras are, they can position themselves where they're looking right at the beneath you. So if I'm sitting on the toilet like this, they'll have a camera right here like this. Okay? When I used to lay my head on the pillow, they have like a camera right here like this, and they were beaming, like shooting me in the side of my face, and then they were stepping on the clone's head. Tearing me the fuck up right in front of my mom. And I couldn't even express it. So, yeah, they put this poop on my finger, and I got so fucking mad and disgusted, you know, as I always do when they do it. It just, if I had a pistol that worked, because you know I have a pistol, but they handled that too. And I think that's worse than saving the guy's life with magic. Um, so that happened. I leave and I go, and I'm trying to lay down, and they won't allow me to sleep. And I notice it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like they really won't allow me to sleep. But the entire time, I'm working back and forth on both of my phones. So I'll mess with this one a little bit, the settings and stuff, because I just got it. So I haven't completely set it up. For example, it doesn't have all my email accounts on it. It just has the new one that I created. But I did do like my Google Voice and stuff like that, and a couple of other things, and on the other phone. Let me tell you something. The uploads, I did 5 uploads last night. Those 5 uploads have still not completed. They're not complete. I might pause and go inside in a little bit and show you. Not that it matters, by now. So that's like 14 hours. Is it 14? Nope. It's like 15, 16 hours. And those uploads have not completed. So, yeah, the internet, both phones, they were shutting that shit down. No internet. It's so bad that I made a video about it. I had to screen record what was going on. It was that bad. So, not only would they not let me sleep, but they were trying to aggravate the fuck out of me and making sure that I couldn't get nothing done. And pretty much drawing it out, trying to see how long I would chase trying to get something done, and how many variations of trying to get something done I would come up with. So, and like I said, I went to the bathroom twice, okay? Whenever I hit my door, Marshall would hit his, like right after me, but he was making sure he didn't see me. And from the time that Stephanie came in, he was glued to her side. He had his head down, and he was acting with her like he acts with me, okay? And he's like, oh, you just look like a kind woman. I feel like I know you from somewhere, 2 demons. Of course you guys know each other from somewhere. Like, y'all know what it is, and y'all know I know what it is. But anyhow, since he was trying to claim that that was me, and she was trying to claim that he was he made sure not to lay his eyes on me. And then she did a couple of things in terms of movement and losing me in space, in that small space, losing my identity, to make those things align. She didn't leave the door open last night. There's something weird happening. They've gotten to a point. Look, when I first got here, they weren't doing this. Now that they know, like an agent, they tell each other to do what they did. So check this out. That room number 6, is positioned right beneath the kitchen, okay? They'll purposefully drop shit hard on the floor. And at the same time that they drop shit hard on the floor, they'll make an impact on my head, and they start to claim that, they hit me in my head. And Tonisha has done it. Stefina has done it. Don did it. Did Debbie do it? Nope, Debbie hasn't done it. And I won't get to see her anymore before I go. And there's 2 more. Pacey does it. Or has done it. I actually think that's where it might have came from, or how it started. What's his name? Justin. I can't say I recall him doing it. Angel. I feel like she did it yesterday. because that's what kind of made me look at who all was doing it. I'm like, damn, so all of them are, doing the same thing and acting like they did something to me. And they'll do it more than a few times throughout their shift, claiming that I'm bothering them. And I'm nowhere near them. It has everything to do with what they know is being done covertly. Attacks with science, a lot of pain. Physical pain. They put me in a lot of physical pain. Like, they make sure everything is kept in a state of tense. Look, there's Marshall. Going to sit in the front. Let me move where you can't see me. So, hold on, I took some notes. It was a fucked up night. And when they keep me from sleeping, it's to put others under extreme suggestions. So they're trying to paint someone, they want to have a series of things that they want to erase so that they can achieve a desire. They're trying to be painted so that they can receive favor. And my appearance always changes behind it. So that video that I took at the library a few days ago that I made public on YouTube, I don't look like that today. And they only did that for that day. And you'll see on Instagram where I put how they situated it. They put it side by side with my 2017 photo and claimed that, they hadn't done anything. You can't see the weight in that video. It's like 3 seconds. You can't see the weight. You can't see any of the weight sabotage, but you can see that big ass bruise they put on my arm with science. So about headspace and hormones. Lots of headspace and hormone curses. Talk about how they were trying to improve functionality. And how they were trying to be in the same headspace as me and, linked with. Oh yeah, and they were also discussing how those identities there represent Upland Avenue and how, they were trying to keep others from finding out that they followed me there. But it's just not Upland Avenue. And, Upland Avenue represents businesses and corporations. They call them all kind of stuff. Like, something else they were cursing about is jobs. And they do this every once in a while. They act like I'm job searching, okay? And they'll send me one of those weird emails that act like you applied for something or that, they found your resume and they're interested in you, but it's just like spam. And I normally don't get that kind of mail. I've opted out of all the job searching tools that I was using at the beginning of 2020 because a job is not an option for me. But I told you, they had her sabotage me day one, as soon as I got here. So that girl so that elder that's sick could get a job at McDonald's. And amongst other things, like, these things don't want their kids looking at them for the fucked up parents they've been in the past and all kind of stuff. Like, they just want them to show them favor and look at them for the responsible party and individual that they're trying to play and claim to be today. So, okay, so I had to pause. She was playing a song and I didn't want it to show up. I made a couple of notes. I was writing in the dark. So, anyhow, it's, they were also, like I said, she did some things with movement, because they didn't want anyone to see why I didn't get a chance to shower. Okay, they were just trying to claim that I didn't shower for any reason. And they were also talking about how, others had no way out because my shower is what they show in order to keep from discussing, what was going on, and then they were talking about how another group was was mad about it because they know, like, even when I don't shower, I don't like I still smell good. And they were talking about that. And I've talked about this in the past. Like sometimes they get really extreme about that. Like if I don't have a shower, if I don't take a shower, if I decide not to take a shower today, okay, and take one tomorrow, like a bath or shower tomorrow, what they'll do is, if they're trying to force me to shower, they'll make me dirty. Like they'll start doing stuff. They'll put things in my skin and make it come through my pores, or they'll make me sweat excessively, like heat me up, kind of like what they're doing right now, and all kind of stuff. Like when I decided earlier today not to take a shower because I'm disgusted by the bathroom and I'm going home tomorrow, like the guy told me, he said maybe one of the guys, I think it was a guy agent, like said, well, maybe you'll change your mind about that later. So they poisoned me after I had those 2 V8s. I had 2 V8s on my way back from Dollar General. You see that while I was at McDonald's. That's what I was drinking in that Speedway cup. And they were claiming that I was drinking. They were trying to redo the day before. So they were trying to act like it was the 20th again. Like, let me tell you how the Willie, that thing, tried to play me. He was like, twice he's tried to claim his behavior is mine. So the one day when Marshall came in and was, like before Marshall came in, we had that conversation where I first told him I hated the entire world, wanted the world to come to an end. Before he came, Willie was there, and he was like, what you doing, about to write a rap? And I was like, why would you ask me that? Like, why would you think I'm gonna write a rap? And he's like, oh, I was just asking because you got paper and stuff. I'm like, so you think that's what I do with paper and pen? Like, no, I said I got other stuff to do. And so that was that. Then yesterday, to try and align with the day before, he was like, oh, hey, I ain't seen you. You must just got back. And I was like, no, I haven't left. I haven't went anywhere today. And he's like, oh, I thought you just got in. So one time he tried to pin his behavior on me. The second time he tried to align the day before. And then in between, he's always trying to act like he knows someone that knows me and he's gossiping about me. Covertly. Okay? So, and Bernard has partaken in that. I found out last night when I was looking at this new phone that they lied about my location. So when I looked at the video's location that I did while I was at my apartment on the 20th, they had me placed like almost a mile away. Like they had me on South Main Street near the Hoe House and Church's Chicken. And that was after Dwayne walked into my site. So he's the agent that was responsible for it, and he does shit like that all the time. But it's not just him. They all collectively lie about my location. You get what I'm saying? But like what he did was on purpose. And since my recycle bin is not where it normally is, I purposefully moved it because I know he'd be cutting the grass in between while I was gone out of desperation. So I moved it so that when he comes over there to do the meters yard, he doesn't get to touch my can. The agents were talking last night about how they were all looking at my can, Kelly. And, there's prints. The yard is all walked through. I doubt that the city came out to look at it again. They kind of normally do that within the day or a day or two of the complaint. And I'm almost coming up on another 10 days. This will be my 4th complaint.